An incredible ceremony we just watched, and beside me and anchoring all of our coverage was Chief Anchor Lisa Laflamme. Lisa, it was beautiful to watch. What stood out for you?
One of those experiences where, yes, I know I'm a journalist and we are supposed to be impartial observers, but it is impossible as a Canadian today not to be incredibly moved. I have a lump in my throat right now, as has been the case for these last many hours, just to see these vets, so many of who've, all of them in their 90s, 22 years old on average, when they first came to this very beach, and the sacrifice that in one single day, 959 or 359 Canadians were killed is stunning. For me, it was seeing the vets and the fly past.
The fly past was incredible. You know, we were talking about the veterans, and Norm Kirby was one who was mentioned by the Prime Minister. We had him on the special, and I had a chance to sit down with him earlier in the week, and he said to me, it is hard for us to be here. Physically, it is hard for us to be here, but we're determined to do so. For some of them, it was their first time coming to the beach in 75 years, and for some of them, it will be the last time they make this trip.
Wow. And they are the official Veterans Affairs contingent, so there are doctors traveling with them, orderlies, all so that they could make this journey. How robust is he in person? Because I've only seen him from a distance.
He is fun. We're going to run my interview with him a little bit later, but Lisa, to sit on Juno Beach with him, this is the beach where his ship went off course. It blew up. He had to dump all, he had this big heavy metal plate for protection. He had to dump it all, swim ashore, and then hide out for the rest of the day. He says he doesn't remember what he saw around him. He knew there were bodies. He doesn't remember what he heard, but he does remember crawling onto that beach and hiding. And then he went on to Belgium and into the Netherlands, and then he is here today. He is invigorated by this crowd. You know, it's been a long day, a long week for them. They were at the war cemetery. They were up early. It's been long days. They are not weary.
They are not. And I think the other thing I loved about today, was the 359 young people, all representing one of those soldiers who died. Incredibly poignant. And of course, as we've been saying all morning, it's up to these young people to keep this story alive forever.
You know, I think it was General Dallaire who said that often the veterans won't tell their children, but they'll share the stories with their grandchildren. I would encourage any grandchildren, if you're out there, ask for the stories. Sometimes they just need to be prompted to share. Ask for the mementos, ask the memories that are connected to them, because really it is up to this next generation. That crowd of young people, 1,700 young people. Listen, I have done high schools where there's 30 people and trying to get them to pay attention for 15 minutes is a chore. They were out here for hours. They were wrapped with attention. I said this to you before, phones in their pockets unless it was to take a picture of something special. They weren't chatting with their friends. They didn't need anything to distract them. They were there to learn and to be present.
That's the thing. You can really feel that day. And and it is absolutely remarkable to me, the idea that for some, it was the first time in 75 years they've been back on this beach.
Thank you so much for sticking around to chat with us here on Your Morning.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.